Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Horse Review. Today I will be discussing the Paso Fino. As always, we'll be starting with our grid. The height of the horse is equal to 5 squares, and the grid is placed so that the leftmost portion is at the front of the chest. The horse is a little bit longer than the grid, but since the hind leg is placed further back than the other one so that it's not perfectly square, in reality, the horse probably fits into this quite well. The shoulder takes up about 1.5 squares, and the barrel takes up about 2 squares. This leaves another 1.5 squares for the haunches. Overall, actually one of the more proportionate horses in Star Stable. In addition, the legs aren't quite as overly long as on some other breeds. The head may appear to be a little bit small, but that's not unusual for the breed, and it matches with the neck quite well. Now we will take a look at the gaits. The walk is smooth and forward. Instead of rotating like in some breeds, the hip actually appears to be moving forward and backwards, which is nice. I would like to see a little more reach from the front leg, but due to the position of the front leg relative to the shoulder, this will be hard to accomplish without the leg clipping into the body. The movement of the tail is light and swinging well for the gait. In a slow motion clip, you can easily see that the horse is not tracking up. However, it looks as though the front of the back hoof is just about meeting the back of the track that the front hoof leaves. In the trot, the horse is carrying itself in more of a dressage frame. The horse is still not tracking up, but the legs do come together nicely to form a V shape. The hindquarters are moving well, and the hind leg appears to offer some push, springing the horse forward. The shoulder is swinging well, though it does appear to reach down when the front foot meets the ground. The body isn't moving very much, but this breed is known for having smooth gaits, so that's not entirely unrealistic. In the canter, the Paso Fino's hindquarters do have that rotating motion. The front legs aren't reaching very well, and the way that the front right leg connects to the shoulder doesn't give it very much reach. The length of the cannon bones in the hind legs creates a bit of an awkward motion from behind, but I found this to be somewhat typical of Star Stable's horses. Overall, the hand gallop appears smooth, though I do get a bit of that rotating motion in the hindquarters again. The front leg is reaching a little bit better in this gait, though I'd still like to see it exaggerated some. However, the hind legs do come up and underneath the horse a little bit better than at the canter. The motion of the tail is very smooth and fluid. Whoever modeled and animated the tail did a great job. In the full gallop, you can see the hopping motion from the hind legs. The hindquarters are also rotating instead of swinging. The shoulder moves forward well, and the reach is decent. The head and neck are stretched out realistically for this gait. And once again, the motion of the tail is incredible. The spacebar gait is called the Classic Fino, and it's a highly collected and quick stepping gait. In slowing it down, you can see that the hind hoof actually comes before the front hoof. The footfalls are in the correct order, and the tail is being carried in a realistic way. Whoever animated this special move had great attention to detail. The Paso Fino's other special gait is called the Paso Largo. It's very similar and is basically a faster version of the Classic Fino. The horse is carrying itself correctly for this gait, slightly less collected than for the Classic Fino, but still collected enough to be able to perform this difficult movement. The tail is carried realistically, and it is flowing nicely. Once again, see that the hind hoof comes before the front hoof in a more lateral motion. I don't really have any complaints for this gait and think that whoever animated it did a great job. The takeoff and arc of the canter jump is quite nice, though the landing is a little awkward. The horse seems to reach out and unfold its front legs a little bit prematurely. The landing is also a little bit hard. The jump from the hand gallop is much the same, having a decent takeoff and arc, but a very premature landing. Upon landing, the horse really curls up into itself and has its head raised up quite high. The jump at the full gallop is pretty much the same as the other two, Once again, the horse reaches out its front legs to land a little bit early, but the transition back into the gait is good. Overall, the Paso Fino is put together quite well and has very decent animations. The special gaits of this breed need to be done very precisely to look good, and whoever worked on the animations for them did an amazing job. For the special gaits alone, as well as the incredible attention to detail in the tail movement, I would give this horse a score of excellent. However, the canter through full gallop need a little bit of work, and the jump animations were somewhat lackluster. Because of this, I am giving the Paso Fino a score of good. Thank you for watching, and if there are any breeds that you would like to see in an upcoming video, please let me know in the comments.